A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu. Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths but have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, the answer. You ask me, I'll tell you anything.
Go.
You go. Why don't you do something? You go.
Hello. Welcome to Ask Iliza Anything, the podcast where Iliza is asked anything and she answers it.
I'm Iliza.
I'm Iliza Schlesinger.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
So disrespectful of
Say
you.
it. Why?
No.
Fine. We should do, oh my God. You know what we should do?
What?
Let's do the first question. I'll read it. I'll be you in all of your annoying glory.
Okay.
Oh, that was mean. And you be me.
Okay.
Okay, starting now.
Okay, I'm finding you.
No. Oh, fine. Oh man, I'm gonna give you so many regulation violations. I'm gonna hit you with so many rules. Anything you say, I'm gonna twist it to make sure no one's ever offended and everyone enjoys it. And then I'm gonna bring up like season 12 of Scandal or something.
Okay, there you go.
Is this anonymous? This is
What
a
does it
long one.
say?
You're a jerk.
I thought that would be fun for you. Does it say that it's from someone and you should say their name
Here we go.
at the
Ready?
bottom or the top?
Freaky Friday commencing now. Role reversal switch. Ka-chunga. Chung chung. You can use my first name, Katie. Hello, Iliza and Emily. I have a somewhat juicy question for you. I am 33 years old and I consider myself to be a gazelle. I just got out of a relationship with someone, 28 male, who honestly I was really dating down for in retrospect. So she was dating down. Like she could have done better. There's no way I'd be laughing this much at you. Okay, back to me being Emily. This is Emily. Keeping it fresh. Of course, there were many reasons it did not work out and red flags. However, there's one issue I'm having a hard time making sense of. So I'd like your help. There was kind of a jealous power dynamic. What if it turned out I couldn't read? This is struggling. There was kind of a jealous power dynamic. You're not doing me.
I was thinking, do you want me?
You're supposed to be me.
What I could do, the thing I was thinking of doing for you was too mean.
Well, do it.
Just.
Oh my God, not just a creep breather. That's too mean to you?
Yeah, that is mean.
You have not hung out with enough comics.
You're just, okay, here. You gotta read the question.
Okay, you're holding your, cool visual joke for a podcast. People
what
love
else
it.
are you doing?
I'm checking my phone, but you check your phone while I'm giving answers.
Because I'm prepping the next question.
You're tracking the Domino's app. Your phone locked, and I don't want to touch your screen. This is gross.
This person is just like, please help me.
No, let's move on. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm Emily. You're Iliza. Ready?
Okay.
There was kind of a jealousy power dynamic that occurred in our relationship. Even though I was fully aware of how lucky my partner was for me to be with him, he'd sometimes make joke comments that he wished some celebrity was his girlfriend. Since these comments weren't actually funny, they just come off as disrespectful, but it didn't bother me that much because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because it just seemed like a little weird jab that shouldn't be able to touch me. He also had a kinky thing for being dominated. I have never been particularly into that, but I did my research and had enough fun entertaining him with it.
We did your research.
and was fine doing it as an open-minded partner. I thought he was happy with that and that we were keeping an open line of communication. At least some of it, not all of his kinkiness, was informed by porn. Something I, Emily, know a lot about. Find me on RedTube. Although I don't really connect with porn, I figured porn is part of seeing any dude. And again, you're just not going to chime in? You're not good at being me.
No, I'm not. I'm trying.
Man, no one ever has an impression of me. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You read, I'll do the jokes. Because this is terrible. You're missing out on so many jokes. By the way, no, porn is not a part of dating any dude. Like, it's totally healthy to like be sexual, but like, and it's okay to have kinks. Like, there's no shame in that, but it's not just automatic. A lot of porn really misinforms a big part of our culture. Most men don't care if you have like a fully shaved vagina and you look 17. It's so weird.
Was that what you had wanted me to say while you were talking?
That's what I want to look like. Keep going.
At least some, if not all of his kinkiness was informed by porn. Although I don't really connect with porn, I figured porn is part of seeing any dude. And again, this was another thing I just thought I shouldn't allow to bother me. In the end, however, I think the stuff he was watching had an impact on my sex life and our relationship. The end of our relationship, I felt like a sex dispenser, completely used, unseen, and taken for granted.
Ew.
He broke up with me, walked it back, told me he cared about me and wanted to keep seeing me, then strung me along for 2 weeks while he was seeing a local dominatrix in the meantime. When I found this out, I ended the relationship completely, but I'm still utterly shocked at the disrespect and that someone I'd been so close to during a year of COVID would betray me like this. I'd invested a lot of time and energy into the relationship, and he just backed out like a sad, horny little boy. My question is for in my future relationships. Should I just cut it off when I get a whiff of this kind of disrespect, or am I too sensitive or overreacting to this kind of behavior? Right now, I'm equating porn watching with gross boyish selfishness, but I have a feeling it's not realistic to expect future partners to not do it. Thanks for your help. Love to you guys, and your podcast always makes my day.
There is healthy porn consumption, which is, you know, maybe you watch two girls, you watch a guy and a girl, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with having a kink, but behind that kink is something else, usually like something mentally that you're dealing with. And then that's okay too, right? To want those things. The issue is not really the porn. The issue is the way he made you feel or the way you allowed yourself to feel when interacting, because sex is supposed to be fun for both people.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he loved domination, if you loved it, then that's great.
Yeah.
But you didn't. And you were willing, like a lot of women are, you're like, I guess I should just go along with it. The lesson is, don't go along with things that don't fulfill you too. You know, you want to do something that he likes that it's not you're the biggest fan of, fine, but doing it over and over and allowing yourself to be controlled by this.
Right.
And it was only for his pleasure. That's not how sex works.
Right. Is there anything that he was doing for you?
Exactly.
And the porn watching was less of a problem than like him saying, let's keep dating, but also seeing another woman, a dominatrix. Like that's the problem.
Yeah. He wanted to be with someone that he knew like you didn't really want to be there. And this person did, or he probably paid her for it. But also, the comments, if it's funny to you, then it's funny. But if it's not funny to you, then that's you guys not aligning mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I dated a guy and we were out one time. We only dated for a couple weeks. And I always like got kind of not nervous around him, but like I just didn't feel like super comfortable. He had done nothing wrong, but like it's my body saying like, hey, this isn't the guy. Like it's just not a bad guy at all.
Yeah.
Nice guy, just not for me. And we were out and I already was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I made a joke about, I was telling him something. I was like, oh, I didn't get my period today. And I was going to follow
Sounds
it
like
up.
a great joke.
It wasn't, I don't even think it was a joke. I think it was just like a statement, or it turned out I counted wrong or something. Yeah. I wasn't even saying it like, cause we use condoms. Like I wasn't even saying like, and guess what? So all I said was, oh, I didn't get my period. He just went, it's not mine. And I thought that was the tackiest. Like, it's so not a joke I would make. It's so not a thing I would break. It was so weird. And I broke up with him like 3 hours later. He's like, I thought we were having fun. And I couldn't say to him, like, your joke was shitty.
Yeah.
People are allowed to make bad jokes, but saying you wish you had a celebrity girlfriend, like that's saying like, you're not enough for me. I wish I had better. And also like, why even tell you that? Of course there are women that are hotter. So
right.
It's just the fact, here's what it is. And boys are really good at being like, what? It's just a joke. Usually when they say something horrible, I called you a fat bitch. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
If it's funny, it's funny. If it ain't funny, it ain't funny.
Mm-hmm.
If it's funny to you, great. That's why it's all subjective. But if it's not funny, then it's not turning you on. And you were not turned on by this guy.
Sense of humor being in some sort of alignment is important. Like, not even that you both think all the same things are funny, but like, just like maybe one person like teases the other, like that doesn't
respect.
bother them. Yeah, I think.
And you never said anything. You just let him do it. And he didn't pick up on your cues. So no, he's not a mind reader, but all you have to think about is the way this person talking to me making me feel good about myself? And if the answer is no, that's not a relationship. Just like having sex with someone that you're not enjoying is not a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So identify your self-worth, put yourself first, and just honestly never answer a call from this guy again.
Yeah. Don't get back together with him.
No, please don't do. And don't write in if you do. I was doing that thing where you hold the pencil to see if it looks wobbly.
Very cool.
It's pretty cool.
You're going to draw one of those S's next. That's the
Stussy S?
line. Yeah.
Letting everyone know.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I know being thankful is on everyone's minds, and with thankfulness comes gratitude, a concept that honestly really bothers me. I'm tired of thanking everyone else. You know who deserves a thank you? Me. You deserve a thank you. When's the last time you thanked yourself? Sometimes it's hard to remind ourselves that we are doing the absolute best we can. So here I am reminding you to send some thanks to the people in your life, but mostly send some thanks to yourself. And a great way to do that is with therapy. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and it's suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time, no additional charge. You don't have to travel anywhere. They take the hassle out of finding that perfect therapist. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Eliza today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Eliza. Fall has fallen. Winter is on its way. The days are shorter. But just because, they feel shorter. And just because the days feel shorter doesn't mean your to-do list gets any shorter. You still have to power through your busy days. And a great way to do that is with nutritious food from Factor's no prep, no mess meals. At the end of a short day in the fall or the winter, the last thing you want to do is have to cook. Factor has got you covered from breakfast, snacks, dinner, anything in between. Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled, like their chicken Florentine with spinach and garlic chili cauliflower. You bet. That's what I want to make myself at the end of a day where I am exhausted and my husband isn't home. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add on, like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. And because Factor meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to love not only Factor's meals taste, but also how they support your goals, even if your goal was just making yourself dinner. Head to factormeals.com/Eliza50 and use code Eliza50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code Eliza50 at factormeals.com/Eliza50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. The holidays are here. And for a lot of us, the holidays mean decorating, hosting, celebrating. For me, it means a lot of traveling, and nothing feels better year-round, but especially during the cozy holidays, than a restful night's sleep in soft, luxurious sheets. Boll & Branch's signature sheets are made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they get softer with every single wash. You already know that I got Boll & Branch this summer when I needed breathable sheets to sleep in, but this holiday season, I'm actually gifting some of my friends and family Boll & Branch's Ultimate Softness Bundle. I get to choose a signature hem sheet set in any color, a signature hem pillow set, and a waffle bed blanket. And they're all getting juniper because I think it's a classy color. This way, you know you have something nice to sleep on when you visit. It's the perfect gift for you and them. Gift you and your loved ones a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch. And right now is their best offer of the entire year. For 25% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets, head to bollandbranch.com/Eliza. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Eliza for 25% off. Limited time only. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Hi, I love the podcast, but I just wanted to bring attention to some biphobic stuff being said a lot lately on the show. Look, we hear from all people. So now that I'm back in charge, I'm going to read this.
Biphobic. That's a harsh
Emily, I
accusation.
super appreciate you being a good ally and restating that guys are bi. Bi guys do exist. But in 2 recent episodes, Eliza more than once said that the guy is just gay, even when the guy was not questioning this. Bi guys get this all the time, and it can be really detrimental mentally and further make women not want to date them, which is a shame because bi men are fantastic. I'm a bi woman married to a bi man, and we've both been out for many years. Data shows that bi people, in comparison with straight, gay, or lesbian people, report increased experience of depression and suicide, in large part due to biphobia experienced both from straight people and the LGBTQ plus community. While sometimes gay men do say they're bi before they come out as gay, some people are just bi. I didn't hear any real reason to invalidate that. I really hope this wasn't upsetting. I just want bi people to be able to be their authentic selves and not be constantly told they aren't really bi.
I don't think I'm doing that.
I mean,
Yeah, but I'm within the context of a specific conversation. I've never invalidated someone's existence or prerogative or gender fluidity. I also take umbrage with biphobic because that's like calling someone racist when they just said like, hey, I don't love Mexican food. We're very adroit with labeling. And especially given the amount of advocating I do the gay community, trans lives matter, like all the spectrum of all of that. I think saying biphobic is that's like hitting a fly with a hammer.
But that because you,
and I think that's a big part of the problem too.
But because you are like an ally in that way, I feel like this is something interesting to bring up.
Sure.
That there's always things that we're going to get wrong about things, like in saying 60 minutes worth of words every week.
Yeah, but also
just like
this is
we didn't know what the National Guard did.
Right. As if if I get a statistic wrong or I get something wrong, I'm always open. And by the way, but you can't find anywhere on this podcast where I've said bi people don't exist.
You do say that gay men or bi men always become gay.
I didn't say that. I've never said always become gay. I've never said that because I don't believe that.
Okay.
I've never said that. And
Okay.
that's a dangerous thing to say. I've never said that. And look, you write in anonymously and you give me the context for something. Usually it's like a friend or a guy you're dating or so all I'm trying to do is use context clues and put together puzzle pieces from a story that I don't have.
Yeah.
So that's it. And it's a comedy hot take, but there's never any ill will. And I can understand if I said something like, being gay is a choice. You want to correct that, that's fine, because that's an insane thing to say. But look, I'm supplied with very little information and I'm just going off what it seems like, but I've never said anything like to even close to if you're bi, you're actually just gay, shut up.
No.
Plenty of people are bi and plenty of people are gender fluid. And the actual truth is it doesn't matter to me what you are. I've got friends that are on all ends of that spectrum, but you're writing in for advice. And I just try to cut through it because a lot of times people do equivocate. We see it all the time on this podcast. Like, and he was awful to me. But look, he's a really good guy. And I'm like, no, he was awful to you.
Mm.
That's the core of it. So that's all I'm ever trying to do. But because you are bi, just like if you are Black or Jewish or gay and you hear something that triggers something, you want to stand up for it. So I always applaud that. And I always applaud a perspective. But what I cannot stand for is a misappropriation of a label.
Yes. I mean, I think also this podcast is just like we have to make certain assumptions to answer the questions. And it's like, again, like when I wrote into a podcast and they thought I was saying something totally different, I was like, oh God, they didn't understand anything I was saying. And it's like so stressful.
We're
but
all
we
taking
have
a chance
to.
here. You're taking a chance by writing in with half the story and who knows what you're holding back. And I'm taking a chance, but that's also why a lot of these are anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because,
the anonymous ones are like, is a hot dog a sandwich? And then anonymous is like,
my name is Greg.
birth family.
Yeah. So all we're doing is the best we can with very little info, but at no point have I ever said or invalidated the existence of a bisexual person.
Man, not women. It's
Bisexual
men
man.
specifically.
Fine. I would never say that because I don't believe it. I don't believe that because you're bi, you're actually secretly gay. I think it does happen, but that doesn't invalidate your experience as an individual.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm seeking to do.
Yeah.
Biphobic. Bipedal. Got both legs.
Cute fall decor like pumpkins and gourds or spooky Halloween decor.
I spilled water down my bra. It's in my boobs, between my boobs. I'm cold.
Just because you were so excited to talk about those velvet pumpkins.
I heard gourd and I almost threw up my water. What did you say about gourds?
Cute fall decor like pumpkins and gourds or spooky
one more
Halloween
thing, sorry.
decor.
And to the person who wrote that, I challenge you to remain a listener.
Okay.
Because some people are like, I don't want to hear it.
No, this person is a listener and they were just like, I just wanted to
I challenge
say
you to
this.
remain a listener.
Yeah, they are a listener.
To remain one.
Yes.
Currently being
continuously.
something does not imply that you will be in the future.
I mean, we'll see what they think
Just
of.
like sexual choices does not imply that you will also make those in the future. So how can we assume? Which I don't. I only go off context clues. What I just said was brilliant. And listen back and be like, wow, she's a wordsmith. I'm going to stay tuned.
Cute fall decor like pumpkins and gourds or spooky Halloween decor.
Cute fall decor properties and gourds. I think Halloween's gross. Even though like it's fun to like put on your makeup or whatever.
Okay, would you ever?
It always smells.
That's true, but would you ever get one of those like? Would you ever be the house
Yes.
when like the kid that has like one of those like fallen like an animatronic witch that's like
Sure.
and has like a bowl or like a hand comes out of
Totally.
a thing or like that 6-foot skeleton from Home Depot?
I love upsetting children. Absolutely. I would do the scary thing. It's more fun to do the scary thing if there's children in your neighborhood or if you have kids. So why not keep it chic otherwise? But fall can either be cozy or terrifying.
Yeah.
So I think you do scary decor outwardly and you do chic fall decor inward.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing it inside your house and it's just you and your husband, there's like severed fingers everywhere. It's a little weird.
And you're like, yeah.
It's really more for like if you have kids.
And
but-
there's just a witch like, ha 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 ha.
yeah, like every time I go to take a dump. The house at the end of the street, I think they have kids and they put up like they made their front lawn look like a graveyard, you know,
Yeah.
like hands coming out. But there was a storm like the day before Halloween last year. So there were just hands and feet and body parts all over the block, which I thought was awesome.
Oh boy. Would you ever do a haunted house?
Yes, I would love to do a haunted house.
would you do one like in your
In my-
house? Yeah.
You have to figure out a way so like people aren't trekking through your house and it's a lot of time
Yeah,
and
it's
money.
like you have to do it around the backyard and stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I feel like-
would do, and I remember it's one of the memories I had of my parents being married. My school did one, and I think my parents volunteered, and my dad went as a doctor. And I remember I put my hand into a bowl of eyeballs.
Hi, Liza, Emily, and the cotton candy clad Tianfu. Not a life problem, but a question for you. While she's been living with you, has Tianfu ever seen a baby up close? I'm curious how you think she'll react to the little bundle. They say some dogs sense when you're pregnant. Does she exhibit any signs of knowing, or is it business as usual, all about the bows? Everything you touch is gold. Thanks for sharing it with all of us, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. I didn't think she had been acting differently until I opened a DM this morning from someone that was like, have you noticed your dog is extra clingy and like doesn't leave your side since you got pregnant? And when she put it that way, I was like, you know what? I have. Like she's
It's been
always
more so.
she's always been baby girl,
Yeah.
but like she's gotten closer in bed. She comes into every room. She was always my white shadow, but like I have noticed it's ramped up a little.
Yeah.
She doesn't like put her head on my belly or anything, but she gets close,
Yeah.
especially in the night and the evening. And it looks like you're dragging her to her execution if you try to get her out of the bed with me. Like Noah will be like, you gotta come pee. Let's go. And she will just go completely limp. And then she runs back into the bed smelling like grass.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I just was outside. So there's that. What was the first question? Oh, babies.
Has she ever seen a baby?
I think she met Jody's baby.
Okay.
She doesn't like children
yeah.
because they're on her
They can
level.
Grab her.
If she sees a kid from down the block, she will turn the other way and walk away. But I don't think she's been around a ton of babies. I also don't really care if she likes the baby or not because they don't need to interact and she'll get over it. Just like she got over all the people that visit our house. I'm not worried about integrating the baby into my dog's life. She's an animal. She is sweet baby. But yes, she has been extra. She is under my foot right now, under the desk with her neck like half broken. Like this is fine for me.
Little, yeah.
Squeeze.
What are some names that have been ruined for you as like baby names because the person was either terrible or their names had such a strong type/stereotype like Kyle, Chad, Karen, Sophie, Chloe, all ruined for me for obvious reasons.
Noah loves the name Sophie. I don't.
I'm trying to figure out why it would be ruined because of Sophie's choice.
I think Sophie's a dog name personally.
I had a dog named Sophie.
There you go. I think it's like a Shih Tzu name. Like a dog with long hair. Almost every name is ruined because almost every name has been trod upon. There's too many people. Any name that was beautiful kind of is like, ugh, like is just like a white trash name. Like, and you know what's a name that's actually a cool name is Mercedes, but it's a stripper name. So, because strippers take all the good names
Yeah.
because they're all like exotic and pretty. So a lot of names have been ruined. So you got to go a little outside the box.
Mhm.
Hunter has a joke about that. How like you can find out who, I don't know if you, yeah, I'll just say, you can find out who your spouse has slept with when you're trying to pick baby names,
Oh.
you know? And then it's weird too, because if you hear a name you like what do I say? Like, yeah, it was my old boss's assistant's name. Like, I like the name Anais, but I've never read any Anais Nin. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's tough because I don't think we're going to be the parents that name the kid after a specific person in history.
The baby's not going to be named Emily.
No, my sister's name is Emily.
You would name your baby Emily Montgomery Higgins Schlesinger Galooten.
People are like, what are you going to do about those last names? I'm like, the kid's going to have his last name. I'm not emasculating my husband. Also, Galooten isn't hard to say or spell. People are just dumb
Yeah.
with their gluten-free jokes, which I don't know why you wouldn't automatically kill yourself after you make that joke. But anyway, I hate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Not anonymous. So this is Lindsay with the curls.
Boots with the fur.
I turned 29 on February 28th. Hoping next year for my 30th, the pandemic will be over and we can do things again. With that in mind, what would be a fun 30th birthday trip? I'm not a
Ooh.
foodie and don't drink alcohol, just don't like the taste. Prefer scenic over city. Also, any recommendations based on your travels? Thanks.
Yeah, you go to a bar, you find out an alcohol that doesn't taste like alcohol, and you pound it.
Okay, wait. So she sent this last February and then
I
she
was gonna say-
resent it today.
Wait, I was going to say, is she writing
She's
from the past?
turning 30 this upcoming February.
Okay, you don't drink, you don't dance.
Don't care about food.
and you don't care about
There's
food.
nothing about dancing,
Okay, I know.
but scenic over city.
Oh, take a road trip, duh. You can find there's a lot of websites. I don't know what you're into, obviously. See, because I don't have the contacts for everyone. Like you can find like little cabins or like Airstream rentals. Like you don't have to rent an
Mhm.
apartment or a house. You can find a yurt. You know, you could type in like cabin rentals, my area. I rented a tiny cabin once at Lake Arrowhead. It was fine.
Mhm.
I'm not really much of a cabin person. There's glamping. That's super fun. It's also like you're turning 30. Don't get a tattoo. It's not a big deal to turn 30. Maybe take a cooking class. How about a good old fashioned birthday party?
What about how do you feel? I don't know in COVID how we feel about this, but how do you feel about like one of those like Icelandic cruises?
Do not take a cruise. They're so
No.
bad for the fucking planet and they're so
Really?
disgusting. You know what you could do is get your friends together and watch Unveiled.
No,
Well,
this is a
then come see
30th
me.
birthday. No,
You know what? A really nice. Oh, you're not a foodie.
not a foodie, but
But that doesn't mean you don't like nice
scenery, like
food.
go like look up like
Do my first idea, and we don't have to think about it anymore.
go look at the Northern Lights or something. Go to Alaska, like
Take
look
a
at
trip.
something.
Yeah, go somewhere monumental.
Yeah.
Athens, see the ruins. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to see the Northern Lights. Go to that place that you've always wanted to go to or that you've never even thought about. Throw a dart at a map and figure out a way to take a coach flight to get there. Spend your birthday air sick with your luggage missing. You'll never forget it. I spent my 30th birthday at like an okay hotel in Dallas with just Michelle, and it was mediocre, and we never talked about it again.
I had a very nice birthday with you. My 30th birthday was here. It was really nice.
The tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you nice tacos.
It was like a nice day.
yeah,
It was
I
a
got
really
you a
nice day.
purse.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait, I think the purse was Christmas.
I get you for your birthday.
You got me a Taco Bell share and you got me edible arrangement.
I
and you
got-
got me fun lunch.
And I bought you stock
got
and Taco
me-
Bell.
And you got me those the nice anti-aging like eye cream.
I
and you
really
got
did it up.
me- It was a really nice birthday.
Cool. See if anybody's as nice to you. Your next job, see if they shower you with special. Didn't I make you give me a bite of the edible arrangement when I got here? Oh, I went to your house.
No, it came here.
Okay. I had some of it.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? I was gonna sit here and eat an edible arrangement alone. I'm not
I
an
would.
animal.
I'd be like, this is my present. This is my melon cut into the shape of a flower. Chocolate dip for extra money.
Hi. Congratulations to Eliza and Noah on the baby.
Thank you.
My husband and I are trying to have a baby, and I was curious. Eliza talks a lot about freezing your eggs. Did she go through with this procedure? And if not, how long did it take to conceive each pregnancy?
What? No. First of all, I have not frozen my eggs. I tell that to people who feel they're under some sort of pressure. And so my only thought is buy yourself some time so you don't have to act immediately. So I don't really know anything about the thing, which I tell everyone to do. So that's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know much about it.
No, but it's look in all your options.
Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
It's just me saying, like, girls are like, what am I going to do? I'm not married. Don't freak out. Freeze your eggs. That way you can think about it.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Makina_May. Hello, Iliza, Emily, Baby Girl Schlesinger, Gluten, and Real Snow Peach. I have a new segment idea. People send in their baby name ideas or their kids' actual names and you rate them.
No.
We want your brutal comedic opinion.
No, they
I'll
don't.
Start.
Okay.
My son's name is pronounced Blaze, but it's spelled Blays after a character in a book my husband loves. And then his dad's name is his middle name, Blaze Jacob. I don't know what to call this segment, but you could do it through just your pregnancy or longer, I guess.
It's an adorable baby. And the good news is your baby's got a weird sort of Anglophiled name. And most babies have those names now.
Yeah.
Like, this is my baby Cage. I've been saying this joke for at least 6 years. And now everybody's catching on. If you recall, in the Iliza Schlesinger sketch show, I have a whole sketch where I just name a bunch of names.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the internet is slow. And now everybody's acting like this was their joke. But it was mine. Bolton. I remember I followed this, I remember there was this Southern influencer. This is 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, mother to Bo and Blanton. I'm like, Blanton? So it's taking these very almost Southern anglicized names and adding a weird Martian twist.
Uh-huh.
It's not James, it's Jades.
What was the guy in Forever 31? Cramden? No.
Probably. That's just an ugly word. Gould.
No, it was the guy, and I feel like it was based on
I don't remember.
Kim Zolciak's husband, maybe. And
Oh,
there was a
yeah. We did
bear.
this weird character with red hair. His name is Croy, which is
Croy. So maybe it
okay.
was Croydon or something.
Creighton or something. But
Yeah.
it is all these names that are vaguely familiar and they all sound like hotels, like Huxton, Bixley. They all sound like old Southern plantation names.
Yeah.
But Braxlet. That almost sounds like Braxton. Bricks, Brackish.
You have
It's
Braxton
all just
Hicks.
gibberish. It's all like you went to England and paid for a fake lord title.
Lord Disick.
Mildy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad. Yeah.
So finally, fall is here. I have been looking forward to it. I have had a hard year in a good way. I had a baby. I have been on a nonstop tour, nonstop traveling, and it's been hot. So I'm looking forward to, of course, pumpkin spice, everything, cooler weather, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. I've talked about Quince before. Quince has beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Dressing expensive doesn't have to be expensive. Their clothing is beautiful, it's durable, it stands the test of time, and it's what I like to call a capsule wardrobe. I got an Italian wool cocoon coat. That's one of those, it's got a European collar and it covers my butt so I can walk around New York City and not be chilly. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/Iliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Iliza to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Iliza.
Hi, Iliza, Emily, and pals. Iliza, I'm curious. After what period of time should you DTR?
What is that?
Oh, let's see.
Wait, let me think. Let me guess.
You
Okay.
guess.
DTL is down to.
DTR.
Oh, that's Jim Tan Laundry. DTF is down to. I never even watched Jersey Shore. DTR. I don't know the rest of the context, but it sounds like you're leaving someone.
No.
Oh.
No. I almost exclusively online date, impossible to date any other way anymore, it seems.
Date
My
in real life.
intentions-
Date in true life. Date in true dinner. Movie.
Fine.
Define the relationship.
Find the relationship. I almost exclusively online date, impossible to date any other way anymore, it seems. So my intentions are very clear right from the start.
Right.
I don't like dating or sleeping with other guys after I've clicked with one, but I don't demand that person also do the same. I don't know what else really goes into defining a relationship outside of agreeing to not sleep with other people. I feel like it can be weird that I do it right away, but I'd rather get to know one person at a time after we meet in person than still be chatting with many people. So then there was an update. Got to dating the guy too fast, realized he was a man-child when we broke up last week. Womp womp, but not really. The issue is I have a huge lack of self-confidence, and what I admire the most about Iliza is that she knows her self-worth, seemingly takes no shit. If you ever feel down about how you look,
Seemingly.
what are some tips or tricks you do to pull yourself out?
Wait, how many questions is this person asking?
So the defining the relationship and this question I feel are very tied in, right? Because it's this like desire, this insecurity.
Yes.
So you're like, please, like I need to lock this in.
Okay. I hear
Yeah.
that. Let me just say this. Yours truly, that's me. I was always very like that in terms of I didn't sleep with multiple people at one time. And I don't believe in committing to someone before you slept with them because you want to taste the milk before you buy the cow. But also, it's an intimate thing and some people don't think it is, but I did. And that's just the way that I rolled. I never was like, I'm just sleeping with a bunch of dudes, figuring it out. But I would always have a conversation. It's been a couple. First of all, I always waited a little bit. You go out a couple times and everyone's going to be on their best behavior, especially before they've ejaculated. But okay, you go out for like a couple weeks. It doesn't have to be a long thing or at least a couple dates. And then you decide to have sex because you're adults and you're going to have sex. And I think it's totally cool, especially if you've been on a couple dates. If you go on a date and then you have sex, it's like, okay, well, that's anyone's game. Let's say you've gone out for a couple weeks and you have sex and you like each other. I think it's totally okay. And I've always done this for what it's worth to say, hey, or even before you have sex, like from a health and safety standard, I got tested, you got tested. I don't sleep with other people while I'm sleeping with people. And I'm wondering how you feel about that. I've always dated guys that are like, I feel the same way. Because most people are looking for someone.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be with someone that's honest enough to be like, me too, or at least to give it a shot. Maybe you sleep with them once or twice and then you say, hey, I just want to make sure like we're on the same page. It's really, it really should be about a health and safety thing. But you don't want to commit right away. You don't want it to be like, I need to lock this in because give yourself a chance to see if you really like them.
Yeah.
At minimum, you just want the respect of knowing that like they're not out there getting you sick.
Going berserk. Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, like if you're seeing them on like most nights, they're probably not.
Yeah.
It's totally okay to ask for these things. It doesn't make you a psycho. And most guys will be like, yeah, that's cool. Or they'll be like, I don't know. I'm not really that. And then
Then you can move along.
Exactly.
And it's like, so if they freak out and
that's not your
don't,
guy.
then it's not a fit.
But remember, they're trying you out, but you're also trying them out.
Yeah.
So that's it. You can find anybody that will want to be with you, but would you want just anybody?
Yeah.
If they're hot.
So the other aspect of the question is like the
I answered both.
self-confidence.
I answered
Yeah.
both.
Okay.
Yeah. I tied it up.
Okay.
Tied it up. I don't know what they look
Okay.
like.
Okay. Part of my husband's family stopped speaking to us about a year ago. I wrote an anti-Trump post on Facebook insinuating that if you support him, you are culpable in all the horrible things he did. His father, stepmother, and half-sister took it very personally. After telling him that my comments were disgusting and attacking them, we never heard from them again, despite several attempts.
Oh, who's the snowflake now?
I know. My husband is wonderful and does not blame me, saying it's probably for the best, but I can't get over the guilt I feel and the anger I have towards these people. Every day I think about
you feel guilt and anger?
Every day I think about sending a message telling them about the huge mistake they've made. How do I move on from this? And to clarify, this was a general post. I didn't call them out specifically in any way.
Yeah, but
it's like
but hyper right-wing conservative people always get very sensitive.
it's like when people say like, "Oh, we don't want any racists in this town," and they're like, "Why are you so mean to Trump supporters?"
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's tough.
What?
They feel
Why?
attacked.
You think that's
But I guess we all feel that way, about our morals and our beliefs, regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on. If you made a post about, I don't know, women, how they should wear less makeup, or makeup is bad, I could see how someone, like, I would feel attacked to be like, okay, well, sometimes I wear makeup. I'm not a bad person. Like, it's very easy to take the one thing and apply it to yourself. Did they overreact? For sure. Feeling guilty. And what was it? You felt guilty and angry.
I think angry that they were willing to like cut their son off for that.
For sure. You shouldn't feel guilty because I don't know what the post was. I don't know how you worded it. I don't know if it was a good post. You should never feel guilty. And I guess this goes for even if you're on the wrong side of a fact or science. You should never feel guilty for the way that you feel. In this case, you happen to be I don't know what you wrote. What I think you're more upset at is the fact that over an innocuous post, they were willing to cut you out of their lives.
Yeah.
That shows poor judgment on their part, which I'm sure is reflected in other parts of their life as well. You could try extending an olive branch, because I'm sure they're not bad people. And also, by the way, we love to make these sweeping generalizations like anyone who supports Trump. If you live in rural Nebraska, your reality is very different from someone who lives in like a densely populated city like LA. And I don't blame people for not understanding that, just like I don't understand the plight of a farmer living in Missouri. This is why we have local elections, people. But extend that olive branch. Maybe have a get together and invite them because I bet they'd like to see you too. If they want to hold that grudge, I got nothing, but you should not feel guilty because they sound irrational.
Yeah, they chose to cut their son out for someone else's Facebook post
So,
that
don't look at
was not. It's not
Facebook.
like you tagged them and were like, that dumb idiot. Like, they chose to apply it to themselves. And I'm sure that, honestly, if you think about it, you probably were directing it at them a little bit. Like, they were probably at least somewhat in your mind when you were writing it. But you don't, if they're stupid enough to do that, it's not on you, especially because your boyfriend is fine with it. Like, he understands.
It's boyfriend or husband?
Oh, maybe husband.
Okay.
Probably husband. Anonymous. Should you be concerned with your BF's social media habits?
No, my boyfriend's super cool about keeping it on the down low.
He posts his entire life on social except us.
Yep.
Been 2 years, says he likes his private life private. I think it's shady.
Yep.
People don't have to know all our business, but they should know we exist.
Yep.
Yes.
He's ashamed
No?
of you and he's hiding you, or he doesn't think you're pretty, or, and this happens a lot, you're very wealthy and he's using you and he doesn't want other girls to know that he has an ugly, wealthy girlfriend. Now, that's probably not the case. He likes to appear single. That's all there is to it. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if he didn't ever use social media,
That's fine.
that's fine. But if he's like never once
I-
posted
Is that person private?
oh,
Let me look at theirs because there is a version where your boyfriend, like for example, my husband almost only posts about food. He never posts political things.
yeah, they're private.
Oh, well, I can't look at your account. So you could look at my husband's account, even though he like writes about me and posts. There's not a lot of pictures of me on there, but that's because he consistently only posts food. Also, we live together, so I know what's going on. So I would look at what type of curated account. Is he posting out with buddies? Is it more surface posts, like here's a car I like, here's a thing I like, or is he showing his face out with friends? Like how personal are the posts, and are you just left out?
Yeah.
Because private life, private, fine, but how much of his private life, it just depends on how it's curated. But usually if a guy posts a lot, which a lot of guys kind of don't post, but if a guy posts a lot and you're not on there at all, I know plenty of guys that have girlfriends that they love and they just don't post a ton. I think it's just a difference in sexes. So I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, if he's posting with his friends, like photos, that's very different than if it's just a bunch of pictures of flowers.
Yeah. There's other things that are making you think that, though.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're asking.
Yeah.
So you've gotten the reinforcement you need.
Hey, Liza and crew, my top of the cob is your spot-on Australian accent. And my bottom of the cob is that you are not coming to my small corner of the world on your tour. My question is, can you do a Canadian accent for us? Love the pod and congratulations on the upcoming baby. So happy for you.
Where are they?
These people?
Perth. So
Do
far
you think
away.
they're in Australia or Canada?
I don't know. I guess
It doesn't say.
they probably are in Canada. And I am going to Canada next year. Thank you for acknowledging my Australian accent. I mean, it's tough to do a Canadian accent because everybody thinks it sounds like a fake Canadian accent. But, if you're from Montreal, you're going to sound a lot different than someone who's from like Calgary. But I do think there's a Canadian accent. It's like that. And it's like you kind of lean into it. So, get you into a gritty bar, order a couple Nanaimo bars, and you're good to go. It kind of sounds like a pep talk from a coach at all times, eh?
It's also like, yeah, I guess
A little
that's like
masculine.
Minnesota-ish.
Yeah, it's up there, but it's a little different. So Minnesota would say like, don't you know? And they don't say that there. So remember Bobby's mom, who was just like thick upper Midwest.
I love the movie Drop Dead Gorgeous, where they're in Minnesota. And so at one point when they're trying to screw over Kirsten Dunst because they don't want her to win. So they're like, name all of the states, like spell them in alphabetical order. And I just so vividly remember her just being, okay, Alabama, ALABAMA. BAMA and just going through like the
In that
states.
accent?
Yeah.
It's a great memory.
It's a great accent.
It's a great accent.
It's very specific. And
I have said this on the pod. I start to get a Canadian accent if I'm in Canada
yeah.
and it starts to sound like this. I also dated a Canadian
Mhm.
and they have a lot of colloquialisms, especially like the guys that I always think are very funny. It's just like a lot of them have to do with drinking or fighting. He comes bombing around the corner. Can't think of any other ones right now.
What are these sayings?
I don't know. They've got a lot of funny ones though. I remember the guy I dated was one time talking about, he's like, "You gotta start a fight with me, you better pack a lunch because I don't give up and I don't quit." Pack a lunch.
Okay, so this is a follow-up about
Why would you want to eat and fight? Okay.
there was a friend breakup. This person and her friend Kathy, and then another girl, Lisa.
Oy. Okay.
But Kathy would always sleep with a bunch of different
Yes,
people.
I remember this one.
And
Kathy's real skank.
she was like, I don't really trust her around my boyfriend because she is very open about like sleeping with whoever
She
is
loves
in-
to sleep with guys in relationships.
relationships.
And I said, it's not about Kathy, it's about your boyfriend. You don't trust Kathy with your boyfriend. I'm like, talk to your boyfriend.
So,
Okay.
small update and some clarification for Liza's follow-up questions. Yes, you both are 100% right about it takes two and no way do the men in that situation get an out. Absolutely not. Apologies if I made it sound like she should get all the blame. Not
don't
my
have to-
intention.
Don't you apologize.
I dumped my BF on the spot, was more trying to say a concern about overall morals and where, if ever, she'd draw the line. Like, not my man, but her coworker's fiance. Apparently, that's fair play for her. Added clarification, she knows they're with other people. She talks shit about the girlfriends before and after.
Yeah, she's garbage.
So, but I did want to say that something you said really hit home.
Yes.
Which was
Shing.
it was a friendship of convenience. I worry for her, but if I'm honest, my life has gotten better without her consistent drama. I don't think I realized how much chaos was always going on around her until I wasn't caught up in it anymore. It's uncomfortable to realize because I want better for her, but I also don't think I should be responsible for getting her there, especially if she doesn't want to do the work. She's since told mutual friends that she thinks we'll be good friends again soon, which is interesting since we haven't talked. Don't know if she plans on reaching out, but any advice if she does? I'd like to be able to do group things again, but I don't want to get engulfed in her drama. So I need to keep some boundaries, but I worry she wouldn't like hearing that. Thoughts?
I think you're doing fine.
Yeah, just
fine.
yeah.
She's not going to reach out. And if she does, just say you're busy.
Just say you're busy.
I don't know. I don't think about this so much. Just say you're busy.
Yeah.
Or make it a group thing so it doesn't have to be with her. But you don't have to think about this anymore. You did the right thing. You move on. Girls, we got to stop spending mental energy on like, what if this friend, their feelings. Or you could just sack up, be a real man, and just be like, I think you make uncomfortable choices, and it's a lot of energy and drama, and I'm a real tired baby.
Yeah. Dear Luminous Eliza, Ebullient Emily, Teeny Snow Peach, and even teeny tinier baby girl Schlesinger.
Her
hope
stomach's the
these-
size of a watermelon
I
pit.
hope these strangely warm September days find you well. Who? Tianfu's stomach?
No, definitely not Tianfu's stomach. The baby.
A watermelon. What's a watermelon pit?
Seed. I meant to say seed, and I made it up. I don't know. I was just saying she
Oh.
was teeny.
I had a lot of follow-up questions for you.
Somebody told me, like some post on the internet said that at this amount of weeks, your baby's the size of a cell phone from from Clueless. Share a cell phone from Clueless.
That's big. You couldn't fit a cell phone from Clueless in you.
In your vagina, you definitely could. Especially one of those Nokia cell phones. Right up there. Tiny dog.
My question may be stupid, but it's a very real problem I don't think gets addressed enough. How do guys in their 30s find/make new friends from scratch? My husband has had his head buried in school for the past 2 years, and while I'm incredibly proud of him for graduating from his online school this November, it didn't offer the social aspect one would normally get to experience in person. His social circle has contracted sharply due to former friends moving out of state or out of the area. Now I just feel sad when I bring him along for events, and he's semi-defaulted to hanging out with the husbands of my friends.
That's how you do it, though. That's how men make friends so easily. They're like, what up? Sports, same team, barbecue, me too.
He's planning to attend a few professional development outings, but he's in HR, so these functions
so no
are
one likes him.
predominantly women-dominated with a few men to socialize with. And he's tried making friends with other guys at the gym, but the men in our area are typically in their 50s or older since we live near a retirement community.
How big is this retirement?
Where does a good-looking professional...
How big is the pull of this, of the gravitational pull of this retirement community?
Where does a good-looking professional badass guy go to find non-toxic guy friends these days? Did you or Noah make good friends with anyone in their 30s and 40s in non-comedy/restaurant gatherings? Is there an adult version of a Chuck E. Cheese somewhere he can hang out and hopefully find friends at? I'm at a total loss for ideas. Love you all so very much. Still super excited to see you in San Diego next year.
First of all, you are his wife, not his mother. You're not in charge of him making friends, but also it's on him when you're out to make friends with your husband's friends.
With your friends' husbands.
With your friends' husbands. And by the way, he might meet them and be like, I don't like these guys. We don't click. I have plenty of friends where my husband is gracious to them, but like would never hang out with them. My husband's also gotten pretty good at making friends with other guys' friends. You know, like, why don't you say like, hey, why don't you do a boys' night out? Everybody invites a friend, or have a party at your house and just, you know, any single guys, and then they become friends. Men are a lot more, I'm not downplaying it. I don't really know, but I've noticed my husband, is friends with a lot of my male friends and we'll just run and be like, oh, so-and-so, yeah, we exchanged emails or whatever. Also, like, what's the hook? Like, my husband's into food, so everybody wants to talk to him about that. And he doesn't want to talk to everyone about that. So every once in a while, you know, he finds someone that he connects with. So it's just trial and error, just like making regular friends. Maybe you guys do a trivia night, you know, but just because you go out and see another couple or he sees another dude, it's like how when, you know a gay guy, you're like, I know another gay guy. Would you guys like to be together?
Right.
That being said, dudes are less maintenance. You can usually leave the husbands with each other and they have a nice time. So I don't know. But remember, you're trying to have sex with this guy. You're not his mommy. You don't have to set up play dates.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got to do some of the lifting.
It's nice that you're looking out for him, but he'll make them or he won't.
Yeah, give it a beat.
So someone sent this and said, just going to leave this here for Eliza's take. So screenshot it so you don't have to hold it open in the app.
I'm squeezing this dog under my foot.
He sent this and said, what's Eliza's take?
George, you want me to read it? Taco Bell is the latest fast food chain to get into the subscription service game. Ew, Emily, wipe your mouth.
My mouth.
Are you drooling? For a limited time, Taco Bell is offering a Taco Lovers Pass, allowing customers to eat a taco every day for a low set monthly rate. Oh my God. The food chain is piloting the 30-day promotion at several locations in Tucson, Arizona. Of course, there are. Passes will range from around $5 to $10, depending on the location. Menu options include the Crunchy Taco, Soft Taco Supreme, Doritos Locos Taco, and the Spicy Potato, your favorite, Soft Taco. Spicy going out as it is going in. Taco enthusiasts must download the Taco Bell app to their brain and purchase the pass online. Something. Subscription cannot be purchased in store. As of yet, Taco Bell hasn't indicated whether it plans.
How do you feel about a subscription service for a fast food place?
Well, like any subscription service, it's great for them to make money because you're probably not going to eat moreover, you're not going to eat taco every day, and you're not going to eat just one.
Right. When you come in,
yes,
you're not
going to
get your
things.
You're not going to drive there for one free taco.
And so
it's 10-cent taco.
It's like any subscription, but this is really bad for the health of Americans. That being said, a lot of people don't have access.
Taco Bell is better than a lot of places. They have a
lot of people don't have access to good food, so I'm not going to begrudge anyone. It's a great way for them to make money.
Yeah.
And if you want that free taco and you eat there enough, it might be worth it. What's a taco? Like $1.25, 89 cents. So this pays for itself.
89 cents.
Well, it pays for itself in just a couple visits. So.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It's not.
And you're rich, so you can afford it. And then you can have all the tacos you want, whenever you want. My foot in your mouth.
A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Hey, Eliza, Baby Arm, and the blessed Snow Peach. Special shout out to Hot Scotty.
Hot Scotty number one, Hot Scotty. Hot Scotty number two, Hot Scotty.
Any any advice on how to deal with burnout when
Advice on how to find Scott.
when there appears to be no end in sight? I'm a real estate law clerk in Ontario, and our market is insane. I've been nonstop since the panini started.
The
When-
panini?
When Ontario went...
Wait, is she saying pandini or panini?
Panini, which
The
is one of the ones
panini.
I've heard.
I love that. Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, California?
I'm guessing Canada.
That's probably most people wouldn't identify Ontario, California.
When Ontario went into our first lockdown in March 2020, my coworker had to quit due to lack of childcare. I had to step up and take on the caseload of 2 clerks. Fine, but then it got record-breaking busy. I'm doing triple the files so low that we did with 2 clerks. We've been trying to hire a replacement since day 1 with no luck. Real estate clerks are in such high demand here.
Okay.
I've been working 60-hour weeks for over a year, minimum 50 at work, minimum 10 at home at night or on weekends. I wasn't able to take any time off in 2020 due to the workload. I was able to take 1 week off in 2021, and I still regret it to this day, and I'm still trying to catch up from that week over a month later. We're a small firm, and I have an amazing rapport with my boss, the lawyer. He's aware of how swamped I am and is very supportive. I'm valued, and I'm rewarded for my extra efforts. He's taken steps to try and lighten the load, but in law, unexpected things happen with tight deadlines, and there's simply no option to not do the work. All this context to say, this isn't a matter of setting boundaries and saying no or finding a new job. I love what I do and who I work for, but I am tired. My own physical and mental health have deteriorated. This workload won't last forever, and we will hire someone eventually. I just don't know how I am to make it to that day without throwing in the towel. Any advice on how to persevere when you're so tired? How do you deal with extended burnout? Have you ever been so tired that you wanted to just stop? How did you motivate yourself to keep going?
You got to take breaks.
But every break she takes sets her back further.
You got to have that come to Jesus with your boss and be like, here's where I am. I want to do a great job. I just need a way to take a break. What can I do? Because you have to refuel, and it's impossible to go forever. And it's not like, oh, if I could just turn this in, then I'll get to another level. The work is just endless for you. And probably, even though you love it, like it's probably monotonous in that I doubt it has, like I said, those levels. Like sometimes when I'm tired, I'm like, oh, I just got to finish this document. Then I can send it off. Then I'm done. You know, so maybe setting little breaks or goals, but also like making your break time count. And your job in this world is not to work yourself tirelessly and be miserable. So rewarding yourself also helps, like a rat, like a lab rat. And talking to your boss about being realistic. You're like, I want to do it. I want to do a great job. I'm here, but I need to be able to give myself a fucking break.
You can't physically. I mean, can you guys not, like, how many clients do you have? Can you get rid of some of your
Yes.
clients, like give them to other firms?
Quality over quantity, and the power of saying no. You can't do everything. And also don't make the girl mistake of thinking, if I don't do this, then I'll miss out on X, Y, and Z. There's plenty of that stuff for you to do. Put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Take those breaks.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff online. It's always like, stop glorifying overwork, you know, because our society, and I say that as American society, really values that. You know, people posting, look, I fell asleep at my desk. I work hard. But that only applies to a certain percentage of people who love working tirelessly. Not everybody's wired that way. I'm not saying you are or aren't. I love exhausting myself and working hard. And I also know that there's no glory in it other than how validated I feel. That being said, when I want to take a break, I just take it. So you have to find where your joy is in this. Is it in the quality of work or is it in the quantity of work? I leave it to you.
It's tough. It's tough because I see why you're just like, there's not another option, but you can't make yourself sick for this. You
No, it's so
can't.
stupid. And they can hire more people, but
They
like,
can't right now. They're
That's not
literally
on
been
you.
trying to hire. Right. It's not. That's the thing is it's like,
You don't wanna-
it's a bad situation for everyone.
you want to be a team player, but like we had that nurse that was just like, I'm so fucking miserable. Nobody will listen. You have to draw a line. It's not on you to save the world or an industry. And I promise you're replaceable. And I promise the day you die, they're going to hire someone else. So try to live a little bit on this planet.
Yeah. To the carb.
It's the talk with a cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
Oh my God, I've got one. Oh, the dog. Hey, I was warming my feet on your body.
She's over here with me now.
My top of the cob is writing a thank you note.
Oh.
I enjoy doing it. I can't say that I have a lot of things to thank people for.
Yeah. What do you do? Did you write one recently?
No, but somebody gave me personalized stationery.
Oh, cute.
I think it's a bygone thing that a lot of people don't do, whether
Yeah.
you stay at someone's house or something, just to send that. It just shows a touch of elegance. And I think when I receive them, a lot of times I'm like, you don't have to say, like, if I get a friend a gift, like a baby gift, I'm like, don't write me a thank you note. Like, I love you. I know
Something
you
that
got
you
it.
see all the time. Yeah.
Just want to know you got the gift, but you don't have to write that. But I always think it's like, oh, this person was well bred. If they send a note, like, say, hey, thank you so much for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for considering this. Thank you so much for participating.
Yeah.
And not like a form email, like, hey, dear Liliza, thank you. When somebody does it, whether it's applying for a job or having done someone a favor, I always think it's what? Oh, Emily Higgins wrote me a tasteless podcast. Thank you. I think it just shows a level of decorum and a level of breeding and manners that we don't see now in a very casual society of people expecting everything.
I remember one time my mom came to stay with me in LA, and then like I got a thank you note, like, thanks for letting me stay in your
That's so
apartment.
cute.
It was so.
She's trying to teach you,
Thanks
like,
for
don't
making
forget.
thanks for letting me have a nice time. I don't, you know what? She even, I think she wound up staying at like a nice hotel. She's like, I don't want to be here, but
Well,
she was
yeah.
like, thank you for like taking the time off, like spending. It was
That's-
just
she's
so
acknowledging.
nice.
I
Yeah,
think
it was like so. Like obviously, my mom doesn't have to write me a thank you note, but it was so nice.
I always try to take the time to acknowledge a sacrifice, even without a thank you note, like verbally that someone made, like, hey, you didn't have to help me, and I really appreciate that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And even though most people are like, yeah, it's fine, like, it's important to say these things,
Yeah,
to appreciate someone in a way that most people don't appreciate them.
yeah.
It's your tip.
My top of the cob is
Dog sneezed.
I've been excited, honestly. So we've been doing a couple of podcasts ahead of time. Like usually we kind of record the week before, and I've been like organizing them, and I've really enjoyed being like, okay, so this folder is like this episode for this week. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
the ads in this folder, like, and then it'll be ready. Like I've liked starting getting my little processes set up for that.
I love a process.
Yeah.
Love an organization. My bottom of the cob is very small, but I find oftentimes that, especially on like the slightest incline, it's hard for me to get out of the car without the door coming back at me.
Ugh.
And you will never feel like grosser and bigger than you're like, "Ugh," and you're like swinging yourself out. Your hands are full on the door and you're kicking the door. I'm like, I don't think these Hondas were designed for like kick open stability. And your door's got to get past a certain angle in order to stay open. But
Yeah.
if you're on a driveway, it's coming back for your shin.
Yeah. I'm like trying to stop. I'm trying to get Tianfu out of the passenger seat, and I'm just like,
Yes.
like trying to protect her from the door. Just like, no.
It should be however much you open it is where it stays.
It stays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your bottom?
My bottom is why we need so many batteries. Batteries go bad, and then you got to put in more batteries. I'm hemorrhaging batteries over here.
Just
I
make
can't
one
keep
big
doing
one.
this.
I know.
Why is batteries are so? We need to up our battery technology. Batteries should last longer.
Bunny, Duracell Bunny. Remember
Help
the
us.
button you could press and it would say how much was
And
in
it
the battery?
never worked, and it hurt your fingers so much, to
much.
try to press it. I'd be like double, like trying to press it with like
Yes.
4 fingers. Like, please show me, and then it would just, it wouldn't show you anything.
That's how I feel about turning on my iPhone. I have to like squeeze it down. Kids today will never understand.
High Five Casino lets you play your favorite slot and live table games like blackjack with the chance to redeem for real cash prizes. High Five Casino has a giant selection of over 1,200 games, including hundreds of exclusive games only found on High Five Casino. It's always free to play, and free coins are given out every 4 hours. Ready to have your own high five moment? Visit highfivecasino.com. That's casino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.